Pleasant good morning. Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We're located in Frederick, Colorado. For all those new to our channel, we're here on Facebook and on YouTube live. Today we're going to present to you a 2023 Freightliner M2 106 Summit hauler conversion. And for all those new to the channel or just tuning in for the first time, Summit hauler is a Transwest brand. It's a brainchild of Transwest in Frederick. We designed this truck from 2006, 2007, so it's been a long time since this Summit hauler has been in existence. On previous purchases, we've had customers ask a few questions after delivery. Some of them, again, don't retain the information, so we do those videos to kind of like go over some of the things that we talk about during a delivery process. Today, we've had a few questions about certain fuses. Again, I'll point out where the chassis fuses are, where the fuses for the conversion is, and where the fuses for the trailer side of things are. So I'm going to point that out because, again, sometimes the communication gets mixed up, and of course, getting the calls and trying to show it. So at least we have this video today where I could point out those areas for you. So let's start off up front. I'm going to open up the hood. And underneath the hood here, guys, we do have the Cummins 8.9 liter engine. It is partnered with the Allison 3200 TRV transmission. It is 360 horsepower and about 1,150 foot-pounds of torque. One of the cool things about Freightliner is that once you open up the engine, everything is color coordinated and clearly labeled. So once you go there as the owner, you could actually see what you're looking at, and actually, like for instance, right here, you'll see your fuel filter, water separator located over here. Again, power steering fluid. And as you go around this unit, you will see the different things I'm talking about. Okay, when it comes to these chassis fuses and stuff like that, everything is clearly labeled over here, so you can see that fuse box here. There is one up here and one down here. So anything to do with the engine, transmission, all the electricals and stuff, you will find it underneath the hood. When it comes to the positive and negative studs on those units, you will find on the 106s, you do have a quick access to your positive and negative studs behind that front tire. As we talk about the tires, we do have Michelin tires. Those are 255 ADR 22.5s. With Transwest, we do auto balancers on all of our Summit haulers, and that's something that we believe in. After having the vehicle aligned in store, balance, we do put those auto balancers there to maintain that balancing on that vehicle. As we come around, I want to point out there are two straps on either side of this hood. So remember, if you open up this hood, remember to strap down both sides before hitting the road. As we come around here, we got a new design step from end of our 2021s to now. We designed those steps. And again, one of the things that on our previous units, we didn't have a cover over our fuel and DEF tanks. So on the 106s, you will find a DEF tank and one of the 50-gallon tanks on the same side. And on the opposite side, you'll find another 50-gallon. It is covered, and those covers are lockable. So you do have a special key that will lock those storage compartments on your fuel side. You do have your engine block heater underneath the driver's seat, and in the passenger seat, you have a battery conditioner, which we call a trickle charger as well, for your batteries. As we take a look on the front seat, another fuse area I want to show you guys is right underneath the steering wheel, and it will be located right next to the OBD reader. This case will be clipped by two yellow clips. Once you pop those out, you pull out this. You can take a closer look at the fuses you see there. So that's everything on the inside of the unit. So the conversion side of things. So inside that cap, you will find the different fuse areas. So it will line up with the way the fuses are inside that box. So you have your console, inverter, overhead, your heated seats, your camera system. So we do have that Voyager camera system up there. So this is the fuse for that. Your rear AC. So you do have a rear AC and heat. So that's a fuse that will power that. You have your keyless entry. your rest sofa, reset, and then of course you have your brake controller. So everything on the conversion side will be underneath that steering wheel. And again, they will have 2 yellow clips that will clip this into place. Right underneath the driver's seat, you do have your battery disconnect switch. Again, if in case you're not using your vehicle for a long period of time, you could cut all power to that vehicle, allowing that battery to maintain its charge while you trickle charge it again as well. But again, cutting all power to this vehicle will allow you to have that battery life and not having that battery drain while you out. Also, we have airbags underneath that those front seats, and that's what gives you that air ride front seats. This switch right here will adjust those seats as needed. You do have your lumbar switch here and your heated seats switch. So there is a high and a low setting on that heated seats. This truck, or all of our trucks, come with a fire extinguisher. So just in case of an emergency, you do have a fire extinguisher on board. What excuse me. What I've seen some people do in the past is add more fire extinguishers in the storage compartments, so they have more than one on board, and that's something I think that's actually pretty smart to do. So you could actually install another fire extinguisher in one of the storage boxes. Another cool thing that we do to our Summit haulers are our door panels, and it does have those speakers on here with the Summit hauler logo on here. Okay, another area where fuses are located will be behind that bench seat. And before we take a look here, this casing will be on the back wall of that seat. So behind the rear bench, this casing will be against the wall. There are 2 clips that will be taken off to be able to access those fuses behind here. So this comes off, and then you pop it out, take it out of the way. And then I'll kind of show you guys where that fuse is located on that back wall. So that case I showed you earlier will be covering that area. So those fuses here will actually power all the trailer side of things. So your lights, your trailer, once you plug into that 7-pin hookup, this is the trailer side, so you see trailer. So when it comes to the description here, you could see all the different options here and all the different fuses, where they're located and their rating. So, you know, your tail lamp, stop lamp, and the list goes on. Right turn signal, marker light. You have a few spares up here. Your electrical brake, your trailer power, you know, so the list goes on. So you could actually view this. It does give you a nice little diagram here and where those positions are. And then you could go according to the description and where they're located, and then pull out that fuse if it burned out. All the new trucks does come with extra fuses, so if in case you do need to change a fuse out, you have extra fuses on board as well. So that's a nice way of letting you know where those fuse areas are. Behind that rear seat, I'll put this in later, behind that rear seat is an amplifier, and of course underneath the seat is a subwoofer. All that controls, I'll show you where that subwoofer controls are. Another thing I want to mention is that rear bench. The rear bench can turn into a sleeper. So you could, with this button on the passenger door, you could actually roll the bench all the way down into a bed. One thing I have to mention is there's a couple things. The seat belts typically run through the center of here, the clips for the seat belts. Before putting down the rear bench, make sure those seat belts are underneath or pushed through the seat, so it doesn't tug onto the seat while you're bringing it down. And avoid having any type of weight on those seats when you're turning this into a bed. This is not rated for a ton of pounds for having it going down. So instead of destroying or burning out the motor on that seat, the adjustment seat, avoid any type of weight on that seat when you're bringing it down into a bed. So the same way I am out of the vehicle, on the ground standing, or I can stand on the step, but no weight on the seat at all when you using the motor. All right, so we'll continue. Again, for all those who don't know, the batteries are located underneath that back seat. So you will take those 4 screws out, that paddle will pop out, and then it will give you access to your 2 batteries underneath that back seat. Tons of LED lights throughout this unit. Again, nice storage in here. Majority of our Summit haulers will come with an air hose and an airline system to put air in your tires, in your trailer tires. Whatever you need air, you have that option here. Again, all those storage boxes are lockable, so you have a separate key for your storage boxes, a separate key for your fuel tank covers, and a separate key, of course, for the truck itself to go in and out of the truck. This one is equipped with a gooseneck ball. This is the B&W turnover ball hitch. Again, full access. If you want this to be flat, you could actually pop that ball out, turn it around, drop it in there, and then you'll have that flat surface. So again, it does have those tie downs strips you see on here on the Dimond Plated Bed. Those are adjustable tie down strips, so you could adjust as needed. Whatever you decide to put on here to strap it down, you could adjust it as needed. This is your 7-pin hookup for your trailer. Down here is your plug-in for your camera, Voyager camera system, and you do have a class 5 hitch here, 15,000 pounds rated on the bumper pull. One thing I want to mention as we on the back here, you will see 2 white lights on the headache rack and 2 white lights on the bumper of that truck. When you're doing your light test on your truck, there is a light test button on here, and what that does is once you trigger that, it will give you a countdown, give you enough time to get out of the truck and see if all your lights on your truck and trailer is working. Those 4 lights you see I mentioned earlier, those 2 on top and 2 on the bottom, those will not light up until you put the vehicle in reverse, or you turn on the cargo light switch inside. During your light test button, those 4 lights will not light. So just so you guys know that, so you don't be tagging it and be like, oh, those lights are burned out. So those 4 lights on that rear will not turn on during your light test button or process. Dual wheels in the back tires. You do have auto balancers as well. We do have a counterweight on that rear end of that truck as well. And of course, if you decide to put air lines for your trailer, this is pre-equipped or pre-plumbed, just ready to hook up to the back of the bed for your air brakes for any trailer you have with air. So this truck is equipped with air brakes for your trailer. Let's jump inside. And as we come in, you guys can see it is a light tan interior. And I've had so many people loving this color. It almost looked white on some of our videos and pictures, and I had to let customers know it is a light tan color with that brown burl wooden finish throughout the area. So as we go around here, I want to point out the Voyager camera system. It is equipped to hold 4 cameras in total. We got some nice storage as we come across there, and storage up here as well. And as we come down, we do have our Stinger stereo sound system. This is equipped with FM, AM, and satellite radio. And I've mentioned in the past that with the satellite radio, there is a free trial on here. I totally forgot that, and I totally forget to mention the free trial. You will have a package or manual that will show all the different options, and in that package it will show your SiriusXM manual, and it will also give you that free trial barcode to get that activated, and I think it's 3 months free. So I will double check that paper that will come with your manuals. Again, this one does come equipped with navigation. It also has the option of Apple and Android capability, and with this area down here. It does have a USB and a HDMI input. The USB plug in your phone will give you that Android and Apple capability for your Stinger stereo sound system. Right next to it is your Red Arc trailer brake system. Next to it is your sub knob. This will allow you to increase your volume on the subwoofer underneath that back seat. Your Allison 6-speed automatic transmission, reverse, neutral, and drive. Over here is your trailer brake system. On certain trucks you will get one switch, other trucks you will get two. Don't know the reason behind that, and I should find out that reason, but with this particular truck, this first switch here will actually turn on that engine brake, and the switch next to it will actually give you that high setting and low setting on that engine brake. Once you pull that down, it will be off. There is a little orange light that will turn on when you turn this on. It's a little bit bright out, so you won't be able to see too much, but once that light is on, your engine brake will be enabled. Same for your cruise control. When you turn that on, a nice little orange light will turn on here, and then with that you could set and accelerate, cancel, and of course turn it off. Next to it, here's your marker light. Over next to it is your manual region button. You do have your traction control switch here, rear differential lock, power windows, heated mirrors, rear dump system. So you do have a rear air suspension dump. So if in case you want to back up into your trailer without having to jack up the trailer too high, you could actually dump the rear of that truck back into your trailer, hook on, and then release that air, and then the truck will raise on the rear end. Right next to it is your optional switch, and that's the switch you're going to turn on during your light test series or procedure. You'll turn that on. It will turn on those 4 white lights in the back. So when you turn your light test button, which is right next to it, it will trigger all the lights on there, and it will blink your high beams, all the lights on the side of the truck and in the back. And if you hook up to a trailer, it will turn on your trailer lights as well. Once you're done with that, you need to come back into the truck, turn that light test button off. During that process, your stereo and AC, if you have your AC on, will turn off. And just a quick example, you do have a countdown. Your stereo went off, the AC stopped blowing, so it will give you a clear air to hear the countdown. Once it gives you that last signal, right now all the lights in the back of that truck or on the truck and your trailer will be blinking at the same time. Once you're done, you come back in the truck, you turn off your optional switch, you turn off the light test button, your stereo will come back on, and your AC will start back blowing again. So that's just a way of letting you know that your light test button is on. So don't freak out if that happens during that process. Parking air brakes for your trailer, your cab AC back here with the red and blue. Your blue is for the AC in the rear, and this switch right next to it is the fan levels for that AC. You do have a high, medium, and low setting. Once you're done, you put it in the center. The AC in the back will stop working. So that's an off position. Those 4 USB plugins here are only for charging. You do have a couple in the back as well with 110 access as well. You have cup holders. You got 4 in total up here, and then 1 for your passenger up front. So you have a spare cup holder. Storage in here with a LED light. Once that door closes, that LED light will turn off, so it won't be running all the time. So again, this is the brand new unit, 2023 Freightliner M2 106 Summit Hauler conversion. This truck is available. We do have somebody actually working on it right now, so I wouldn't say it's totally available yet. So again, this truck is on our lot. We do have a few white ones in store with the black interior, carbon fiber, and the black bro. So you do have options there. So if you guys are interested in any of our Freightliners, please give myself or Larry a call. My number will be at the bottom of the screen if you want to talk to me directly. My email me, text me, and of course, if you have any questions or you guys want to know about financing, delivery, we do offer that as well, and we do take trade-ins. So keep that in mind if you do want to trade something in on a unit like this. In the meantime, thank you guys for tuning in today, and I hope I hit some of the areas that we haven't hit in a while, especially the fuses. That we have a set of fuses underneath the hood for your chassis and engine and electricals. Underneath the driver steering wheel, you do have access to fuses for everything interior, and then on the wall of the back bench, you do have access to fuses for your trailer side of things. So everything, the back of the cab going through, you have access to all those fuses. So those are the three areas I wanted to mention about fuses, because again, fuses do blow out, and you want to know if you could change those by yourself and where they're located. So I just wanted to mention that. In the meantime, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys back in next week. Have a wonderful Labor Day weekend. I'll be off tomorrow, so Larry will be the one videoing with you guys tomorrow. So stay tuned for another awesome unit on our lot here in Frederick. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next time.